So we think we need to address the elephant in the room. And
How dare you? Oh my God, this is not why I came over here. I could feel like shit at my own house.
So the elephant in the room is the recent election, and
it was a tough week for everybody.
It was a tough week for everybody, and we feel that. Here, I'll let you finish.
I think that it's time for, we can put past our differences and all that good shit and come together and focus on the good and listen to Judy Garland and drink. Whatever you need to do to get through this, fucking do it.
Without further ado, it's time to make America gay again! It's finally Prince Charming, the reunion!
It is!
People don't understand what's happening right now. Donald Trump is our president. This is going to be the most hilarious 4 years of your life.
It's comedy gold, everybody.
Stop writing. This is going to be fucking amazing. How is nobody seeing this? I'm like the only person excited.
He already is like, no fair.
We have to introduce a special guest. This is the first time we have ever had a guest on our recaps.
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
I mean,
in real life.
In real life.
In real life. We've had Skype tricks like come in.
That means because the
How
people.
dare you?
Because
Skype is my real life.
Because the people on the show won't come here.
No.
But you will. Everybody, this is Ronnie.
They
Ronnie
can't,
from
they
Trash
can't
Talk.
park.
Ronnie
It's really
from
hard to park.
Trash Talk. I'm gonna mess up your website. Trash Talk TV, right?
Yeah.
And also, you do a podcast.
And Rose Pricks.
The Rose Pricks
podcast.
podcast.
Very, very funny. We did this a while back and we had a great
They
time.
do a Finding Prince Charming
Oh, wow,
podcast.
it was last week.
Ronnie and Stephanie. I have no concept
Ronnie
of
and
time.
Stephanie, just two
I'm like an
gay men.
Alzheimer's patient.
They're way more specific, and where Jake and I get bored and start talking about gay shit, they like to stay usually on task more. Now tell everybody where they can find you.
Finding Prince Charming recaster at Rose Pricks. Just look for Rose Pricks podcast.
Are you like tweeting? Are you twitting?
No, I'm like too old to tweet, you guys. Let's be honest. I'm like, why is everybody complaining?
Just fine.
And then I also do the Watch What Crappens podcast.
Yes!
Which is all Bravo and Real Housewives and stuff.
They're like
I also like to thank this pillow for being on the couch. Because, girl.
Rooms for less. Rooms for less.
I've never shot below the muffin top.
limit spaces.
Never shot below the muffin top. That's a Hamilton lyric, everybody.
No.
Now I want to ask you, what as Lance Bass asked everybody, what have you learned from this experience of doing a Rose Pricks podcast about finding Prince Charming? Has it deepened your life?
Has it made you believe in gay men finding love?
Did it give you hope give hope to LGBTQ?
You know what? I read this article a couple weeks ago about how more people are just masturbating. And that's it. Like, no one's going to be in a relationship anymore. We all going to be on our Instagram and just jerking off.
You don't have to.
You know what?
You don't
I'm okay
have to
with
get
that.
dressed. You order in.
Fine with it. Like, what's the point? You make all this effort to have a relationship, and it's some hoe with a 10-inch dick. What are you going to do with that? Who is going to do anything with that dick? That thing is ridiculous. I'd rather be alone. My dog doesn't speak. He gives me love, and then I eat a Domino's. I'm done.
That sounds like a great Saturday.
That sounds like a wonderful, wonderful.
You guys,
Saturday.
I'm literally happy.
Not to build anything up, this was the worst episode. It was terrible. let's just say we can't even talk about anything being good. It was the worst episode.
So literally, you went outside and Jake said, this episode was so terrible. I said, I'm so glad Ronnie's here to give us something to do.
And I was like, thank God.
Thank fucking God.
We would have to dissect every word they said because it was just a bunch of recaps and them going, I think.
It was.
Yeah. So when we came back, we saw Lance Bass introduced us with his eyebrows. And so then we were
Lance
introduced
Bass
by...
is like literally more entertaining not in a live setting. And he's a singer. Like, he comes from a boy band.
It's
okay,
true.
and then they put him in front of a live audience. I'm like, you're even more boring in front of a live audience?
He had choreography then. You know what I mean? Like, literally everything was choreographed. Maybe he just needs someone to watch.
And he had all his shame to work through because he wasn't gay then.
I don't care. I liked him better fat. Bring back your shame. Hey guys, don't give up your shame, okay?
Don't give up your shame.
Don't give up your shame.
Shame is important.
We came back and then we saw all these people. We're like, we had Paul, we had Danique,
Well, everybody.
all these people, and then we had people like, who was it?
Rodney.
Nick. It was like Nick. Who's Nick? Oh, that's the guy who got voted off. Rodney. Oh, that's the black guy he voted off the first
Rodney
night.
was hot, but
And
his
then-
name was annoying.
And
Yes.
remember everybody,
Yeah.
Rodney.
Boo Rodney. Oh
Rodney.
yeah, you called him Boo Radley.
I called him Boo Radley because that's the only way I could.
Hey Rodney, your sequel sucked.
And it probably wasn't written by Harper Lee.
Probably wasn't.
That's a joke for you educated out there.
That's for the literate.
Yes, that's for the illiterates.
But I will say, Reese
Everybody else look up Harper
Reese
Lee.
Witherspoon does do the audiobook of that. It was enjoyable.
I'm sure.
But I think you're the only Reese Witherspoon fan left.
I love
In
me
the-
some Reese Witherspoon.
I love Reese Witherspoon.
Okay,
I
then these are the
love her.
two Reese Witherspoon
But
fans.
I do not need Reese Witherspoon
Talking about
reading
Scout.
the prequel.
No,
Yeah.
even she was like, you
And
could tell she was
Atticus.
like, this is not right to read. But she read
She's
it.
like, I know Vince Vaughn.
I had a. That was an epilogue. Actually, that's how it is. I had an Audible credit.
I went to
needed
Jane
something.
Fonda's house.
Yeah.
I have been to Jane Fonda's house.
I had an Audible credit to use. It was going to expire. That's what happened. That's what happened.
So we had Nick and we had Rodney, and the other person who was like eliminated the first night was Charlie, who was literally, if I can do an impression,
Poor Charlie.
these two are here. This is Charlie.
Actually,
Like
you're too much on. You're too much on frame.
You're right. And I need to be sitting like right here.
And he's sitting. Everybody else was sitting with their legs crossed, like kind of like a housewife.
Charlie's like
and
this.
Charlie's just like this, like balls out. I just want Doritos. I just want to smoke pot.
I
and
can smell the $1 Old Navy candy right in the checkout line on
I'm
him.
so glad Los Tacos is open. Past midnight.
Because, look.
And by the way,
I'm a big guy. I mean, I don't have hair or sparkling eyes like Charles. But I do have fat hair in weird places and an Old Navy fetish. Like him.
I think
mean,
an
that
Old
guy,
Navy.
let's be
You
honest.
did love Old Navy.
Charlie would be our friend.
I love
Yes.
Charlie.
He would be our
Okay,
friend.
I'll
He's
just
the
say
friend
this.
anything else.
I said this. I thought Charlie was cute, and Charlie, if you're watching this,
He
call
wants
me.
you to fuck him.
You know what?
You know what?
It's not always about sex for me, unlike you.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
I
Charlie will know the cell days at the Old Navy.
So what?
Exactly.
So we spent so much time getting to meet him on the show. Then what is
At
it you would-
least
then
30
what is
minutes.
it you would like to know about him if it's not sexual?
His turn-ons,
Yeah,
going
exactly.
on the beach, walks on the
Dominoes.
beach.
Exactly, Dominoes. There you go.
Same as me, I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you.
So anyway, we're talking about the terrible reunion. Everyone basically said what you would expect them to say. Dylan said that he was aggressive. Sam said that he was angry.
And who are all those?
Actually,
people?
we have a great impression of Sam. If we want to do it now, this is
Okay, look, Sam is ridiculous.
Finding Prince Charming theater.
Sam is ridiculous. But I love Sam because he doesn't understand. Like, he's like aging it, like he hates himself and other gays, but he doesn't get it.
Took
We've
him
all
all to
been
come
there.
out.
It's
We've all
like
been there.
different
We've all been there.
stages
We've all been there.
of being a homo.
And he's
or
still
whatever.
like getting over the self-hating part of it. We're all getting there.
Yeah.
He's in that stage where he's wearing turtlenecks under jackets. No, that was an awkward stage. I was in that stage.
I
I have
did that.
pictures.
It was very
I've
much.
seen
And
the
it looked.
picture.
Yeah.
It looked like a dickie. A little bit of a
Yes,
dickie.
like a dickie
kinda.
under a
Say the
thing.
word.
Dicky.
There we are.
Yes.
The best part was the Sam montage because
Yes.
it's like, how dare you! How dare you! I spit on you! I would rip you up! And then at one point, Sam went into this whole thing about
He's kind of like an Italian
Sam,
Fraggle.
you will love
Angry.
this. Actually.
I love Sam.
his
I love
anger.
And this is
beautiful.
I know it's beautiful and it's real.
Jake wants to have angry sex
And
with
it's
him.
real reality television. I love you.
I want to
This is-
say his boob was hanging out of that wife beater thing he was wearing, like that sleeve.
It was.
thing.
You
They
did
keep
have
showing
that-
that clip,
that-
and
that
it's like
may
his
have-
nipple
that
hanging
may
out. and he's
have
like,
been-
how dare you!
That may have been the choice that I would have agreed with, that I
That-
would have argued with.
That turned
Yeah.
you on.
A little bit, but
I
it would
know
have
it
been the
did.
choice that I argued.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of those guys back home that would like just drink Bud Light.
Oh God,
That's
know
what
what I
he
mean?
wants to
And-
remind you
and
You
of.
would be going at you would be at the high school
and
football
at the
or
same
baseball
time,
game.
they
It
would
would
like
be summer.
they would like bash you over the head with a beer bottle.
Oh
and you're like,
yes.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
they would like
you're like,
come in. They would like be doing dipping and eating Twizzlers.
Oh, dip, Dave. I
Dipping's
never got
crap.
that.
I
That's
never
your
got it.
fantasy.
No, I don't want somebody to dip. I don't want that in my mouth.
But I feel like Sam would dip. I feel like Sam would be like, that's where I'm from, and that's what we do, because we're Italian men. And if I want to dip, I'm going to dip. And you don't like
Sam?
it, fuck you.
Sam, this is fair. So Chad was, of course, a mess.
Chad
and
is still angry. Chad.
He's still.
What do you think
I
Chad
love
still is? What do you think?
Confused. I think Chad is like so hot in a weird way. But
I
like,
think I agree. I
when
agree
men
with that.
start
There's
with
something
the
about
plastic
him.
surgery and the Botox and the fillers, of which he's got all.
There's
you
a
know,
little
all
bit of fillers
those,
right here. Yeah.
and his lips. And
There
then
is-
like
yeah,
he's
you're right.
so exfoliated. There's like Carmex, like you can see the Carmex on. And then his face, like he's just so gorgeous, but like too worked on, and
Yeah.
it just. He looks like he's wearing a rubber mask of like
He's-
Milton Berle. That's what I would say. Like he's like gay Milton Berle mask.
Maybe-
Young
Uncle Milty.
Maybe
Yeah.
it will go away from him though. You know, because that is the beauty of Botox. I got Botox, and then I was like, this looks like shit.
You got
And I did-
Botox?
Yeah, I totally got Botox.
It doesn't look like shit if you,
You
don't
are.
have Botox
You
right
are. You are 30. How old?
I got Botox like 7 months
now.
ago.
Oh girl, if I had a baby, I'd be giving it Botox.
I didn't like it,
It's
so I'm
called
not going to get it
preventative.
again. But yeah, I tried it. I didn't like it.
Well, Botox is like that's like the lowest level.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I'm
a
talking
starter.
fillers,
Oh, yeah,
cutting.
he's done
you
a
know
lot.
he's had some shit cut off.
done a
because,
lot.
Like there's a point that like, and I'm not even saying big nose because I'm Lebanese. Like I love a big
I got-
nose. It's just that there's something when he turns that you can see that he's trying
It's
to.
'cause
He's
tiny.
going for something with his nose.
Yeah.
Like he's made an effort, and I'm like, what is your problem with your nose? Like I know that he hates his nose, which makes me want to hug
it's
him,
sad,
which
yeah.
makes me want to ask him questions. Does that make sense?
It does.
So that's where I'm at with Chad.
Do you want to have sex with him?
It's.
I mean, he's just so like he's too oversexed. Like I feel like you fuck that guy and then you go get tested for 6 weeks.
and then you would block his number because he would call you 1,000 times.
Yes, girl.
He
But
would
then
be
he'd
like-
still be like liking.
Not
things
that
on
I've been there.
Instagram.
Not that I've been there at all.
Crazy tangent like Chad and Jason.
Yeah,
Oh, like that was
girl,
still.
you too angry.
Let the
What are you-
wounds heal.
Jason, you're so mad. Like, have a seat. You weren't even on this show.
Have several seats.
What were you so
Have
mad about? He's like,
several
here I am in my
seats.
glitter dragon shirt
Yes.
from Chico's. Have a seat.
I love
Sit down
Chico's.
over-
Glitter Eagle.
I do too.
I love
But I'm not
Chico's.
gonna wear it on TV.
And then he was like, I apologize. Shake my hand. Shake. It's
Yeah,
like
there
you
was a lot
said,
of,
shake
like,
my
there was a
hand,
lot
you
of, like-
fucking hungry
like
bottom.
screaming to shake your hand.
It was intense.
Because they were
I
friends.
think he meant to be nice, but it just
So,
came off.
let's-
No, he was like doing the public thing where he's like, we're mad, and
Yeah.
so I'll apologize. And
And-
Chad was like, why are you
well,
shaking my
well-
hand now? We're like, you've had all this time. And he's like, if you don't want to accept it, you don't have to. I'm sorry that you felt offended by what I
Well-
said, which is the lamest apology.
Lance was literally like threatening them to shake hands. He's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? What are you just shake your hand?
It
He's gonna offer his hand.
Yes, I really.
So we need to get to the guest of honor, which is Roberto Sepulveda.
Yeah, what are you calling on your show? Yeah, what are you calling on your show?
Roberto! Like a crazy name. But I always talk about him like this.
It's very like Antonio Sabato,
Which is
or no,
way more
Antonio
interesting than he
Banderas from like Puss in Boots.
Yes.
From
Which
the
Like,
again-
oh, hello, you're in a swimming pool?
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about the swimming pool. It doesn't even make any sense.
So
But the
he-
guy has no personality.
No.
He has-
He's there.
They
there.
literally could put a cardboard box, draw a face on it, and put a wig on it with a Coke bottle up his ass, and it would have more personality than
And
Robert
Chad would
Sepulveda.
still fuck it.
Mhm.
Chad would still
Chad-
try and be fucking that cardboard box in the pool.
You know what? Chad would still love it. That's what's more sad. Chad would still fall in
So-
love with that.
Robert's
Love me.
Robert's like so uncomfortable the whole time.
Robert is.
He,
I could-
as my mother would say, you couldn't shove a 10-penny nail up his ass.
Well,
I don't
the
really know
rumor
if I
I'm
know.
not going to make the Coke bottle joke again. But.
I don't know what joke you're talking about.
Have you guys ever known an ER nurse?
No.
I have.
Girl, I've known like a few ER nurses, oddly enough. They all have Coke bottle stories.
Really?
There are so many people
Everyone's
shoving
fallen
Coke.
on a Coke bottle.
I mean, y'all got a
Fallen.
vegetable section in your Ralph's? Go get
Wow.
you a zucchini! I mean, a Coke bottle? Who does that?
Sam would say, get you a salami. That's what Sam would say.
Get us a how dare get a salami! Be all mad. I love angry Chad.
He does get a tenor in his voice, and I find it endearing. But
Chad,
that's me.
yeah, I
So
love a
does Sam.
screaming lady. Like, I would have sex with him. I wouldn't marry him. I feel like you would be so mad about the little things.
Sam
You know?
or Chad?
Like, what is that? An ottoman? Oh, go ahead, put your foot on it. He disrespected my ottoman. Like, you'd be so upset over every tiny thing.
We love you.
I do love. I do think. Don't you think? Who do you think of all the people in the house? Who do you think is the person that would cry after they came, after sex?
Oh my God.
Because I think that is Chad. Don't you see him like
It's Chad.
be with somebody and like literally like being intense and just
follow
sobbing?
this. Let's follow this. So Chad would be the one who would cry after sex.
But
Yes.
Chad has so much sex. Like, he tried fucking Eric, and he actually did fuck Sam.
and
you know?
he up with Sam.
And which was again, they're like, oh yeah, we hooked up, and they're like, and then little Lance Beth said, and now we're going to a commercial.
So
like,
let's talk about how badly this was edited.
which is what we've talked about all season.
The whole idea of Robert being a filthy whore, we didn't get to talk about that.
Okay, now there is stuff on the internet. Woo! There's stuff on the internet.
Is that the spoiler ghost?
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, the internet! Ooh, watch out, children!
Yes, the spoiler goes.
I didn't know Ed Wynn went on the internet. Oh, I love the laugh.
Watch your children, it's the internet!
I'm sorry, neighbors.
There were rumors. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm
No,
sure. I feel like we're better.
His neighbor's really hot.
My neighbor.
He plays guitar naked.
for Enrique Iglesias.
Well, come on up!
He's
Yeah.
Come
so
on
hot.
up here. Do you know that Crystal Bernard song? You know what?
I love
I just died.
I don't need a man.
I love that song.
Internet, that's your first Crystal Bernard reference in 15 years, and it is the best.
Crystal Bernard and Peter Cetera, we love you.
I know. Crystal Bernard, call us.
Oh,
The point. She's still got
she's
those
from
bangs.
Texas, from Garland,
You know
Texas.
she's still got those
She's still
terrible
got the
wings
bangs.
bangs. You
I
know
need
she
a Crystal
does.
Bernard wig.
No, you don't.
They've
Yes, I
got
do.
'em.
They do. So what?
Okay, the internet. Okay, the rumor is because Jason, I think, was like, "Girls, I
Very
just did
good.
the." You know, he's all angry for no reason. He's
He
like,
is.
"I was at the reunion. That's right." Like Jason's all mad. Like no one took your hair from you. Like it's natural. But he's like so mad, and he was on the internet saying that he read Robert and this and that. So I think Robert looked confused and angry because these queens were like, "Fuck you, whore." You know, Sam was like, "How dare you?"
Yeah,
They
supposedly
didn't show it.
Sam has
They
told
cut
us.
it.
Sam has told us it was crazy, and we may be discussing that in a future.
Because Robbie
episode.
said
Yeah.
too. Robbie said it got real.
It got real, and
It didn't,
So
though.
And nothing
we-
got real. It got
didn't.
fucking Logo. If the producers watch this show, you're fucking stupid. I hate
And
you.
you're on logo.
Fix
And
this
also,
show.
Even more importantly, it got a little political and gross, and it looked like we were preaching to everybody when
Sure.
everyone just wants to see real people acting crazy. Have you seen the Housewives show? Watch this one stuff.
I'll bully your ass.
Yes, dude.
Look, we all got bullied. We a bunch of faggots. Everybody got beat up, spit on,
I know.
thrown into a locker.
And we gotta
haven't
watch
been
it.
there.
And that was last night.
Yeah. And then now it's on
Well done.
purpose.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
But
done.
we all got bullied, and I'm not like trying to minimize bullying.
No, it sucks.
Obviously, it's terrible.
It's gonna happen more.
but
Sadly.
what does that mean?
No,
If I'm here,
no.
you're calling me Martha Dump Truck.
So we get to all the other sitters who we've discovered who are boring all the way through. So then we're introduced to the final two, which is Eric and Brandon, who someone else has a thing for.
I still like Brandon. I want to talk about our
naughty
feelings.
naughty nurse.
Naughty nurse.
I don't trust people who don't drink. And you know what? Actually, Stephanie, this isn't personal because my podcast partner doesn't drink. She's like, I'm sober. I'm like,
how do I go on?
can I unsign this contract? Just kidding. Podcast contract.
A podcast contract. It's a post-it note.
They pay you in cupcakes?
That's more than most of us make on podcasts.
That's the damn truth. That is the damn truth. Now that was, again,
So
that was awkward.
So we had the last two. Okay, here I'm doing a reenactment now.
I'll
I was
be
Charlie before.
Roberto.
He's Roberto.
You
There's
be Eric.
Okay.
And I will be Brandon.
No, we didn't
Wait,
touch.
oh yeah. I forgot I was in the
We
middle.
didn't even touch. Look, I'm over here.
I'm over here.
Wait,
you
who
see
am
me?
Oh look, I'm skiing.
Am I Eric? Oh wait,
Oh, yeah, you're
I
Eric.
have to lower my lids. Eric's like,
you need to be much less animated for me.
Stop. Look.
I don't know, but that's T.
wait, where am I? It's so, I hate that it's like backwards because I'm like, oh my
Yeah, we're
god, my
watching
arm
the
is
thing.
hanging
Preach
down,
on.
but it's not even my arm.
We're dealing with a technical person we don't really know, Ronnie. So you know.
So I'm sorry, we're on a budget, and if you did anything tech in your life instead of fucking,
I'm talent.
While I'm setting this up, he's on Scruff. So suck it.
They work
You
out
know
too
what?
much on Scruff. I like the fat ones where it's like Chubster.
They have Chubster.
It's like shit like that.
I'm sure there's a fucking Chubster app.
Yeah, there's shit like that.
It's like I remember someone emailed me, someone texted me once saying, "I'm a panda."
What the
And
heck?
What the
it's
fuck,
an Asian
people?
who is big.
Is
He
that
called
true?
himself a panda.
That's racist.
I was like, and I was so like gross. I dropped my phone. Like it
a
wasn't-
panda.
It was.
That's
It was just
also
like
trying to like capitalize off of a really adorable cartoon movie.
pandemonium.
It's true. It's
Kung
true.
Fu Panda, you
And
guys.
by the way, a panda who would not be on this show. 'Cause they don't like Asians. They don't.
Oh yes.
I thought you were about to name a panda like Ling Ling.
I know. I was like, what?
I know. I was like,
actual panda.
I
has
was like,
been
Ling Ling
rejected.
said no.
That would be more interesting. Actually, if they had Robert dating fucking panda bears, it would be more. Well, he would get eaten.
I thought Ling Ling would do anything.
I feel like any girl named Ling Ling, everybody expects her to do everything.
This just
Yeah.
went so far off the
So,
rails.
You know, I'm not
With
even
Ling
editing
Ling the
this
panda.
episode. I'm just putting it up
You
because this is a
You
masterpiece. You're welcome. I just gotta put it all.
So let's just bookend this with saying, Eric. There was one part where Eric and Robert were talking, and they said at the very end, "You're like, we're taking it day by day. Who knows what it'll be? We're kind of living here, and it's like it's what it is. It is what it is. It's that infamous phrase. It is what it is, which means we fucking hate each other."
Yeah, he actually said, well, because Lance's eyebrows were like, what are you guys doing? How are you guys? And he's like, we feel great. The weather's about 90 degrees, which is perfect. I love that kind of weather. And
They
Lance
never
was like,
touched each other. By
"Wait
the
a
way.
second."
My
They
hair's-
never touch each other.
Never
Mine still looks
touched.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lance again was like, okay, I know that everybody just called you a faggot whore or whatever, but what's going on with you and Eric? And he's like, well, we're taking it day by day, and
blah, blah, blah.
And
we're
Logo should give you a
exploring.
manual.
We're exploring.
Logo, you're in a store.
Eric said, yeah.
You're
You need a manual.
Logo doesn't give you a manual. You know what?
You know what,
That's
Eric?
called working with people.
I'm sorry,
It's
Eric.
called living and having relationships with people.
Logo can't even handle itself. It can't. No way. It can handle.
And I can guarantee you, Eric has never read a manual.
Yeah.
I mean,
Logo-
that's the
vouch
kind
for
of guy
that.
who just doesn't ever learn the channels on his remote control. He won't look at like the little folded up piece of paper that comes with it. Like, he's too lazy.
Look, there's no. It's like that's asking like asking Logo not to have commercials for MyPillow.com.
And yeah, exactly. And
There's my
there
pillow.
you go.
My hot pillow.
Yes.
Thank
Oat
you.
pillow.
They really They really just like basically on this reunion show. Just
Look at you. I'm like hitting your arm right. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
I like that.
I know,
it's like
you
this.
you guys, there's real love found.
There's real love found.
At the
We
end.
found love.
Basically, basically we say,
Bull.
yeah, exactly. Two bottoms don't make a night. We like that.
Yeah, two bottoms don't make a top.
Good,
Like,
Yeah, that's true. So basically, we're gonna save you time. This was way more interesting than the reunion, and I was still a little bored. So I'm kidding. I'm just
Not by this. Not by this.
No.
Let me just book in the reunion for you. Everyone was unhappy. This did not work out for anyone.
You know
they
what?
did not make lifelong
No.
friendships.
It worked out for Robbie because Robbie's gonna get a show from
That's
this.
true. Robbie will get a show from this.
But Robbie is so like gay accent, but doesn't really say funny stuff. Like Robbie will be like, "Girl," and everyone's like, "Ah!" And normally that's a straight thing, right? Like, cause I have gay voice, so I'll be like, "Oh my God, that girl got hit in the middle of the crosswalk," and people are like,
It's really interesting that you say you have gay voice because we have fucking gay voice for days.
We do.
And
No, but you do too.
Yeah, we all have our.
Yeah, we all have gay
I
voice.
just smoke more than you guys, but like, we all have gay voice.
You have
but-
more Kathleen Turner voice.
But I think
Oh my God! Don't say that. Did you see what happened to Kathleen Turner?
it did not turn out well.
Yeah, nothing good,
Her voice
girl.
got even lower.
When you have to play a transgender person before transgendered is cool on Friends, that is
Yeah,
something.
you're over.
I was
When-
transgender.
because you are
transgender.
seriously.
wasn't
She
cool.
played transgender when like in like the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember Romancing the Stone when she went on
Oh,
the
she
bus
was
and there
so
were all
gorgeous.
those chickens?
She was so gorgeous, and she that rat.
Why did I?
She's so
I
gorgeous
kind of wanted
in
to
her
fuck
way.
her in that time.
Ew.
I know. Just saying the words actually like hurt in
What,
my mouth. when I
Her
said-
and Miss Jane Hathaway in the Beverly
Jeez.
Hillbillies. Yeah, that's.
I should be Miss Jane Hathaway for Halloween.
You already
It's
are.
over, it's
you
over.
already are.
Halloween is
Like
over.
that,
Thank God
like
Halloween.
soured Ronnie stomach so bad.
I don't know why this is bothering me so much.
It's Miss Jane Hathaway.
You know who else didn't work out? Michael Douglas romancing the Stone. Michael
and by the
Douglas
stone
and
you
Kathleen
mean
Turner.
Kathleen Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, I feel like he got throat chlamydia. What does he have? Throat
Throat
warts.
cancer.
His throat cancer.
No, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying no.
Way to bring it down.
Yes, he does. I'm like,
Wow.
you guys.
Yeah.
Let's talk cancer.
Let's talk cancer.
You guys. Anyone understand Zika?
Well, I.
No, yes, he does have throat cancer, but he said he got it from going down on chicks and he got warts in his throat
Shut
and it
up!
turned
Yo,
into cancer.
It's bad. Yeah, you can get HPV in your
That
throat.
was Kathleen Turner, is my point. I feel like Kathleen Turner got HPV from one of those chickens in the bus, shooting Romancing the Stone, sat on his face. Look, the point is,
Mystery solved.
the point is, every Law and Order should end with Kathleen Turner as the doer.
Agreed.
She did everything.
Dun dun.
And you know what we've learned throughout the season is that love is real.
Love is real.
You know what?
Final thoughts.
I learned
Ryan?
through the season.
What are some final thoughts?
Yeah, what are
final
your
thoughts?
thoughts?
Final thoughts.
We're people who met through improv and stuff like that. We're used to mocking ourselves and being self-hating and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, that's just like our hobby.
Yeah.
But to see people who work out that much still like, I'm single and I can't find a boyfriend.
Yeah,
And
have
normally
issues.
I'm alone. And no. Is it a gay thing?
We're all the same. We all hate each other. We all hate ourselves.
I mean, look, I think that's a very positive quality in a person. I feel like if you don't hate yourself just a little, you're not paying attention, okay?
You know what? Take that
one of
away.
the truth.
Take that away.
That is true. That is.
If you don't hate yourself, you're
Nothing
not going to
humbles
change
you a little bit
yourself.
more.
But it's also a lesson in that. I mean, people,
Hear that, millennials? Don't kill yourself because you hate yourself a little bit.
and people
Yeah,
are
just
always
be better.
Be better.
Yeah, and you look towards the future thinking that's where you're gonna be in a better place, or you'll be happier when
I'm
you're in the
so
future.
sorry you've had a couple bad days.
If you can't be happy
Fuck
now, you're not
off.
gonna be happy
Yeah.
later. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
learn to work on your fucking selves.
Yeah.
Why am I getting really angry all of a
Apparently, that's
sudden?
Jake's final thought.
I wish somebody told me that when
Me
I was
too.
younger. Like you're
work on your
depressed.
fucking selves.
Okay, look, here's why you're fat and depressed. The world is awful, and you would rather eat pizza in your house alone. Like,
You know
that's
what?
all I would have needed. You know, Sam's like, oh, bullying. I hated myself. Now I don't. Now I hate myself, and I make fun of myself. But I don't know why I make fun of myself.
And
Like,
you know, and the most important thing is you're not
That'll
going to
help.
have 365 good days. You're going to have,
poor.
like, amen.
Right?
You're gonna have 4 great days, and the rest you'll have to find the good in.
Yeah,
And like share
that's the
that
point.
with people.
Life's a choice.
And
It is.
so all of this stuff about like I realized who I was. No, you didn't. You
Someone actually said in this, I think it was Paul.
It was Paul.
I'm not sure.
Paul said he
When
realized he
said-
knew, yeah.
He said, wait, what did he say? I
He
forgot.
basically said, I realized that I can't be perfect anymore and that I should accept all of myself, including my faults.
Amen.
In order to get laid. You see? Like, you're not even listening to
Logo
yourself.
has taught us so well.
Yeah.
So
He's like,
well.
I've learned to love my own faults so that other people can accept my faults, and that's the only way I'll get a boyfriend.
And I work
But
out
that,
so I
it
can
didn't
have show
work,
muscles.
Paul.
So they made a
Yes.
reference to this, but on the suitors of the show, who would you want to be the next Prince Charming?
Oh my God, they said Paul, but
That would be
I still go with Sam because it would be great television.
who do you think?
go to backstage. You know the backstage acting that where
Girls.
they
Gay girls audition.
or the Craigslist.
Oh, like a PA.
Yes.
Who was cute.
No, not literally backstage. Like the
No,
newspaper
yeah,
that
backstage.
people
Porn
look for
stars.
non-union
Porn
jobs.
stars audition.
So you say nobody from this show should be
Nobody.
RSJ opened the door. Porn stars.
I like
Get in there.
you all. Hey, you all were great for a season. By 2016, you're done. Clear the room.
Mm-hmm.
We need new fajitos. I want them to be strong, extremely depressed. I mean, girl.
So thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ronnie,
guys.
from the
Yes.
Rose Bricks podcast.
Yes.
And this has concluded our season of this, and we are back for a second season. So whether we like it or not, we're gonna have to do it.
Yay! I'm
You're
dying
committed.
inside. We're committed.
You're gonna be great.
But we will be back
I'm gonna
next
be
week.
drunk every episode.
We actually don't know what we're gonna do next week, but because we love the validation from the three of you, we're gonna be
Exactly.
doing something.
We have tens of people.
It might be
Girl,
it might be Jake in a sling just saying, "Come on, boys,"
Don't do that.
but we'll
Who
be
knows?
back here.
Look, we need threes. That's all we need.
You know,
I
with that,
need a good laugher and their husband.
That's
and someone
all
to
I
get them a
need.
drink.
That is
That's
all
I need.
you know what? That is all
That
I
is
need.
all we ever need. That's it, America.
America,
Go make America gay again.
go make America gay again.
Goodbye.
Love.